Ladies and gentlemen, it is your boy Red Flings, and I am the bearer of sad news for today's video, as I am forced to announce that Schaffrillas Productions have officially become a twist villain in our today's society. He had a controversial take on this television masterpiece and had the big cojones, the balls to say that it is overrated. Now I know what you're thinking, this is Schaffrillas Productions we're talking about. This is Omni-Man type of twist villainy. Maybe he had his right justifications to say that Better Call Saul is overrated. Maybe his motives and his critiques will turn this twist villainy and this betrayal around on itself. Unfortunately, it fucking sucks. Schaffrillas Productions' take on Better Call Saul makes him a worse twist villain than every fucking character he's put in this video combined.
I feel like Mike is already too hardened and experienced to make for a compelling character to follow as he navigates this criminal underworld. He's always so stoic.
How could you say that he's so stoic and that there's no change or development when you show a scene of him crying?
Broke my boy. I broke my boy.
But that's a flashback, meaning we don't get to see how every aspect of that experience affected him over time.
You can continue as you are. Drinking. Estranged from your family. Brawling with street hoods. We both know how that ends.
Schaffrillas, I don't know what drugs you're on, but were you even paying fucking attention?
So instead, my dad decided to be a policeman.
Yeah.
But the bad guys got him.
I told you to make those even.
I am.
No, you're not. You're making a mess. You either do it right or you don't do it.
But I want to do it.
You're done. You are done.
You've never seen Mike interact so aggressive with his family, and then you say that nothing has changed.
There's also this story arc towards the end of season 4 that I really enjoyed, where Mike supervises an extended sleepover with a bunch of Germans building the famous Gus Fring meth lab we see in Breaking Bad. And it's a great way of showing the slippage of Mike's morals. But honestly, I feel like this is too little, too late. This is fundamentally one of the only times we see Mike grapple with morality.
We literally see a lot of scenes where Mike has to follow his own morals. Have you missed the entire saga where he was feuding with Hector Salamanca? He literally had to go at Hector Salamanca's ass because an innocent person was killed.
And that good Samaritan?
Hector shot him in the face.
Yeah, I was out on your property this afternoon. I found a dead body.
I was also excited to learn more about Gus, and starting with season 3, he sure does appear. Does he do anything particularly memorable or malicious? No.
Nacho Varga. He wants out. You have a gun to his father's head. That doesn't sit with me.
One of the only times we see Mike grapple with morality.
Do we learn anything substantial about him that we didn't already know? Not really, no.
You know what, Schaffrillas, since you're too much of a dumbass, I'm just gonna show you a clip.
At the end of the season, Hector suffers a stroke after Nacho replaced his medicine with ibuprofen. Gus rushed to administer CPR. Hector was comatose, and that did not work for Gus. He needed Hector awake, because unconscious, Hector cannot suffer. Gus got the best doctor he could find, and with a sizable donation to her hospital, convinced her to work with Hector. So, despite the doctor's promise that Hector could speak again if she continued her work, Gus immediately ended the treatment. He didn't need Hector to speak. He just needed him to be aware of his suffering and eventual death. He saved the man's life and reconstructed his mind just so that mind could suffer.
Is it still cool to see him? Sure, I guess. I always love the way he's framed and shot. They make him look incredibly sinister through lighting and camera tricks. But like, He doesn't do anything.
Schaffrillas, let me educate your stupid ass. You're probably high on Shrek 2. You probably watched that movie about 300 times now. Are we honestly gonna forget about Hector Salamanca?
I don't care about his conflict with the Salamancas.
What the fuck are you on about? That has got to be the stupidest shit I've ever heard in the history of takes. This take is so shit, you make this guy's take on cuties look like Anthony Fantano writing music. What? So he goes on to complain about Gus Fring doing nothing at all. Learning about nothing about Gus Fring. Nothing new about Gus Fring. And also casually says that he doesn't give a shit about his feud with Hector Salamanca. You saying that shit is equivalent to saying that you don't like Infinity War and it's overrated because you didn't give a shit about Thanos versus the Avengers. You missed the entire fucking thing.
Also, this is kind of a nitpick, but how old exactly is Mike's granddaughter supposed to be? I swear she looks older in this show than she does in Breaking Bad. And
We're 7 minutes into the video, and so far, this is the only sensible and plausible take in this fucking video.
also, why is Lydia barely in this show? Like, I was actually really interested to see how she becomes the frazzled mess that she is in Breaking Bad.
Listen to me. Is the show over? No. Then they will probably explore that in season 6.
I don't know, there's always season 6, I guess. Anyway, the end of season 4 started to grab me again, particularly through the introduction of Lalo, who made an impression right away by venting and killing a guy in electrical for no reason. I thought his phone call with Werner was also chilling, and I wanted to see what happened with him next. Turns out he didn't really do anything as intimidating or chilling or batshit crazy.
This is what happens when you don't care about the Gus versus the Salamanca feud. You miss about 99% of the fucking thing. Lalo Salamanca was Gus's villain. Do you really think that Lalo Salamanca is gonna have a shootout with Jimmy? His rivalry is Gus Fring. Remember in the beginning where he said that Gus should absolutely have nothing? Well, you are fucking wrong, and this is why. Lalo Salamanca serves as a measurement as to how far Gus will go to extract revenge on Hector Salamanca. And the reason for this is because Lalo knows that Gus has a grudge on Hector. Among all of the characters, among all of the Salamancas in this scene, Lalo is the only person that sees it and discusses it with Hector Salamanca. He made Gus burn down Los Pollos Hermanos. Because of him, Gus held on to Nacho's dad even longer. And yeah, that's a bit fucked up, that's a bit fucked up, which again causes a strain in Mike and Gus's relationship, which, the same thing that you said that didn't absolutely fucking happen. Not only that, he also made Gus Fring torture Lyle. Well, Gus had to lose a couple of his men because the DEA had to get them. That is also Lalo Salamanca. Lalo Salamanca is Gus's psychological enemy. This cold war between the two is the one that's keeping the show in season 5 interesting. And not to mention, are we honestly gonna forget the fact that he sent Jimmy to a fucking desert to pick up a bunch of De Niro, money, and almost got Jimmy killed. And after Jimmy survived, he keeps on harassing him to tell him the truth, which again, Gus is responsible, which ties with Jimmy through Mike. Fucking hell, you've turned into completely cinema sins in this fucking video, man. You cinema sin this video. You cinema sinned it. You goddamn cinema sinned it. And I'm the Birdman. I'm the fucking Birdman.
I watched Bagman, the episode where Jimmy and Mike get stranded in the desert and have to make their way back. And I thought, yeah, that was a really good episode. Then I read the reviews for it and wait, people really think this is as good as Ozymandias? The literal best episode of television ever?
Judging from the lack of intelligence in the first part of the video makes me think that he actually doesn't understand why Ozymandias is such a masterpiece. I think he just found it on Reddit and saw that, oh shit, Ozymandias is the greatest episode of all time. Alright, I'm just gonna stick to it. It feels like that one guy that goes into every comment section of Go-Go Anime just to say that Full Metal Alchemist is better and it is the greatest anime of all time.
I feel like I'm living in an alternate universe when I hear people praise this show to the extent that they do.
You're living in an alternate universe where Better Call Saul is overrated.
But not only do you have to get through the far less interesting Mike stuff to see it,
You know, the reason why I think he says Mike is boring is because Jonathan Banks' voice is so soothing that he probably falls asleep whenever he talks. And that's why he misses every fucking thing that Mike does.
but I do wish he could have interacted with Mike more.
You wanna see more Mike and Saul? Go to Rule 34.
I feel like by the time Bagman aired, people were just craving this sort of visceral action that the show rarely delivered before. Another thing I want to mention real quick is the flash forwards at the beginning of every season. I kind of feel like they don't really fit in this show.
This guy literally did not just say that the gene scenes are bad. I'm starting to think you just hate everything in the world. You're like an episode of Monday Night Raw, Schaffrillas. Sometimes you're good, you make me look forward to the next episode or the next thing that you're gonna say, and then when I see it, it fucking sucks.
Implying that the stuff we see in Better Call Saul is what leads to Jimmy's miserable life in the present.
Which it did. It fucking did. Him being Sleeping Jimmy caused his relationship with Chuck to go bad. His relationship with Chuck going bad leads to him being Saul Goodman. Him being Saul Goodman leads to him dealing with the cartel. Him dealing with the cartel leads to him dealing with Gus Fring. Him dealing with Gus has led to him dealing with whatever shit in season 5 and him having to go into hiding, which again, why are you not paying fucking attention? You know, Schaffrillas, I was hoping that this was an April Fool's video, but then I saw the date.
It's because of the fallout of his interactions with Walter White.
If he became a straight lawyer, a lawyer who's not as sleazy as him, he would not encounter himself with Walter White. You know, a person looking for criminal lawyers. Do you get that? Do you get that? Do you piece the puzzle together? Have you finally pieced the puzzle?
That it works as well as it does for so many of you, but it just doesn't for me, unfortunately.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are 16 minutes into the video, and he has not mentioned Nacho Varga. Saul Goodman mentioned Nacho in Breaking Bad earlier than Schaffrillas mentioned Nacho in this fucking abomination of a video.
Oh, no, 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 no. No, it wasn't me, it was Ignacio. He's the one. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no.
Look at his goddamn comments. Schaff not watching mirroring chat. No one did go. Overrated. The show hasn't even won an Emmy. No one ever mentions it. If anything, it's underrated. I strongly disagree. Everybody fucking disagrees with you, Schaffrillas. Get over this shit. Fix this shit. Delete this video.
For thinking this show is a bit overrated. I mean, I'm not crazy.
Yes, you are.
You think this is a masterpiece of a show?
Yes.
Are you telling me that Bagman is a superior character building exercise to that?
Yes.
No, you're making that up.
Just like your arguments in this fucking video.
He spent a season and a half selling cell phones!
After watching Skylar's happy birthday scene, I didn't think there was gonna be another cringe-worthy moment in the internet history. I was wrong.
And I kept watching, and I shouldn't have.
I shouldn't have kept watching this video. Oh wait, I already disliked this video.
Is there anything else to mention? Oh my god, I completely forgot Nacho.
Exact fucking
I think that's a good summation of how I feel about Nacho's character.
What the fuck kind of stupidity is that shit? What the fuck are you on about, Schaffrillas? Schaffrillas, listen to me. Did you talk to anyone else before uploading this video? Did you call your fucking friends? Hey, I'm gonna make a video. You wanna see this video? I'm gonna make a video about Better Call Saul. You know, one of the best television shows of all time. Probably better than Breaking Bad. You didn't consider showing this to a friend and letting them hear what they thought about the video, because if I was the friend and I saw that video, I'd be like, this video, put this down, throw it in the video, I'll put this in the fucking garbage bin, because it has got to be the worst fucking shit I've ever discovered. Nacho Varga is literally the only person creating tension for the show. So we can't get Saul Goodman shooting we can't get Saul Goodman constantly being threatened by the cartel, which he actually did get threatened by the cartel by around season 4 with Lalo Salamanca. Oh, you're complaining about, no, everyone's gonna leave, the show has no tension. Bitch, Nacho Varga is literally that person and you ignored him. Wow. You cinema seen this entire fucking thing.
His take is worse than that TikToker who thinks that Spike's family is ancestral and sexualizing kids. Oh my fucking god, that take has got to be the worst take, and you managed to outforce that take. How? I trusted you, Schaffrillas, but you gave us this shitty take. Go back to obsessing over Ratatouille.